and go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game one of our international finals. This is ELSR versus Shaft. Raptor, why don't you tell us about the Shaft lineup, sir?
All right, let's have a peek what Shaft is fielding here. Spawning in the green on the top end of North. We're looking at Double Ohio. Lord Damon here on the left side of the screen. Fire prevention, concealment. A little bit of secondary range there, but artillery plotting mod 2 in the crucial 6 slot there. Identical build for Lucar's Ohio. Both Ohio's running brisk, Zath, you'll note. Triple cruiser here. Otten Salem over here on the left. Top grade gunner, concealment, and gun reload. For Amazing's Brisbane here in the middle. Running a fairly torpedo heavy build. He's got both torpedo speed and torpedo reload there. And then let's have a quick look at Vert's Moskva. Concealment, unique upgrade, and top grade gunner. A 4 destroyer lineup for Shaft. Flow 420 over here running the, well, accurately named, as Zath likes to call it, the 420 Blaze It All Harugamo build there in slot 5. Lots of smoke.
The name fits.
Indeed, name checks out. Zill's Ragnar here running gun range along with a little bit of reload and concealment, of course. Pepega's Daring, fairly standard, looks like a gun reload build there with RPF. And last but not least, Reprise Gearing over here, running fairly standard. We've seen a lot of this kind of build gearing running the engine boost duration, the smoke duration, the torpedo reload in slot 6, and then, of course, that unique upgrade module for gearing reduces the detection, makes that a really sweet destroyer. What's ELSR fielding down here in red, Zath?
Well, ELSR is already getting ready for the showdown at BCAP. We've got Quincy's Ragnar in pretty much an all-consumable plus gun builder, if you will. Hu Tao Salem is backing him up with the typical survivability and gun build. Heading out far to the 910 line, it seems, is Rins Marceau with a gun build and survivability, of course. Followed by the Harugamo there, which is also a 420 Blaze It All build. Moving behind them is Captain Caesar's Salem. That is in the same kind of DPM and survivability build. We've got an Ohio in pretty much all damage build. That's 8952, both secondaries and main battery aim. On the other side of the map, heading towards the A side, is a Burgon SeaRaptor. You see that?
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. With brisk and engine boost running, going as quickly as possible to the far side.
Indeed.
Backed up by Stevens Brizzy, that's in a really kind of a jack of all trades setup build there. And then Professor Luger in a torp and smoke and unique upgrade setup for the gearing.
Indeed.
Interesting. So
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say just the Burgon using the special captain there with both enhanced Grease the Gears and Adrenaline Rush.
Yep. I'll say just a quick reminder, our bans for this match, Des Moines and Kleber, so you will not be seeing either of those, but both teams recognizing the value of the American heavy cruisers, field each team fielding at least one Salem. Now, it looks like we're going to see a little bit of early action at B. Pepega's Daring, the only Shaft ship here. He and Ragnar trading some shells. I don't suspect they have any idea where Hu Tao is. Quincy's going to have to get a move on to avoid the conga line torpedoes, but the Daring had a pretty good idea of where to put those to start.
Yep, this is all your standard kind of opening salvos here. Now, I'm interested in seeing Rins Marceau. Look at the torpedoes coming in on flow 420 right there. Are they going to hit? Yes, one hits on the bow, and Otten is forced to turn in hard. He didn't even have his, he's a Salem. He doesn't have hydro. So, oof.
Well, already some notable early damage for ELSR here. Rin all the way on the 10 line, all the way in F10. I think they weren't expecting the torpedoes to come from that angle, Zath. They have a pretty good idea where to find the Marceau now.
Well, typically when you see a destroyer, like a Marceau, a speedy one at that, you're going to see it go into the cap early. That didn't happen, so I think that caught Shaft by surprise there a little.
Rin's going to have to pull the handbrake here to dodge these torpedoes coming in. He's going to have a good sight of those so that Caesar's Salem behind him can avoid them.
I think he'll be okay. Looking over at B, nothing doing. I'm surprised to see Quincy and Hutao not trying anything harder at BCAP. They're just kind of chilling right
I
now.
kind of am as well. I feel like the Ragnar has an advantage in this gunfight, and certainly Hutao, with Hutao there for support, they should be able to drive the daring off and pick up B, but Shaft playing a very patient game. It feels like both teams right now just kind of feeling each other out, Zaf. Definitely some early action over here on the 9-10 line, though. Otten's Salem spotted as Caesar's Salem and Buster's Harugamo start trying to farm some of his health down. Well, and the Marceau as well. Otten's pushing for the island while the ELSR's Ohio is trying to move up for this shot, try and catch him before he can get behind cover. It's going to be a matter of timing. I think he's going to get the bow guns off, but not the stern ones. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on him right now.
Can he get some big
Ohio
citadels?
salvo coming in?
Nothing.
Nope.
Absolutely nothing out of that salvo. A little disappointing for ELSR, but I'm actually kind of surprised given the range and the Ohio's typical accuracy.
Yeah, it does seem kind of odd, and he is their battleship player.
So maybe Shaft catching a bit of a break there. They're making a play for A now, as we're now finally seeing Quincy's Ragnar going in at B. Hutao's radar had been up, trying to keep Pepega off the cap. Now Quincy's radar goes up. Now they're going to try and drive this daring off. I think Quincy's going to sit here and just weather this fire for a bit.
What is he afraid of?
I mean, that's the thing, right? One of the things about Ragnar is that you've got pretty good armor against most destroyer shells, and then, of course, daring guns are a little even lighter caliber than your typical destroyer, typical Tier 10 destroyer shell. Ragnar, of course, also packing heal, so even if he does take some damage, and he will, he should be able to recover a good chunk of it over the course of the match. 6.5 minutes gone. No one has accrued any points yet here, Zath. That's something we've not seen much of.
Yeah, both teams coming in strong here. Not willing to risk an early death or an early cap.
Very cautious, very conservative play. But typically we find in these kinds of events, that's how it goes for a while. Certainly until you've sized up your opponent or have figured out what it is that, where you're going to be able to apply pressure. If you're ELSR, go ahead.
Kind of feel like this map is starting to evolve into a war of attrition all the way out on the east side and a war of death snail all the way on the A side.
Yeah, the A side is where all the smoke and concealment play happens, and then the 9-10 line is where you try to make some other big plays happen. ELSR has a ship advantage on the 9-10 line, even if you allow for Vert's Moskva and his flanking position there, which should do a pretty good job of preventing certain kinds of pushes through that gap. Quincy's still unable to grab the B cap. Torpedoes coming in now. He's going to have to dodge those, pull back off.
Big hits on Captain Caesar. He's at 14K. He's healing now, though. As Buster's 4 uses that 420 smoke to at least try to keep him dark. But he's well within range of Otten's radar.
Man, I was going to say Buster's... They're really taking a risk with Buster's here because
Yeah.
So they know Otten used his
radar.
His radar, so they know it's down, so they know Buster's can sit there, and now they're making the push on Otten Salem. Rins Marceau moving up, and here comes the Ohio. I was saying I felt like ELSR needed to push this advantage. They're trying to punch the Salem through the bow. They do. Some big citadels there. But his heal is expiring, so that 20,000 HP that he has is all he's going to have for a while. At least the next minute. I doubt he survives that minute, Zath.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Though,
at least he's putting the AP in right now.
Oh yeah.
Mosfa AP on the other side coming in.
I was going to say, ELSR's not getting this off for cheap. They do claim first blood there as they take out Otten Salem. But man, the Ohio's getting absolutely punished for this maneuver. This AP salvo from the Moskva could end it. And it does.
It does. Now that's Vert. It's interesting to see him in a Moskva. He's usually in a battleship, I thought.
I got to say, that's where my knowledge of some of the EU teams fails me a bit. I don't necessarily know some of their regular positions.
Sure.
Well, ELSR...
I'm used to seeing him there, that's all.
Indeed. ELSR trading a battleship for a heavy cruiser on the 10 line. maybe not feeling very good, especially as Shaft grabs A in exchange. So Shaft out about a 50-point lead. We're at the halfway mark already. We'll have to see how ELSR decides they want to try to get back in this game. They've pulled Hu Tao's Salem off the B cap completely. They left Quincy to fend for himself as Shaft rotates Zill's Ragnar back to help drive him off for good.
Quincy's been trying to cap the B cap this entire game. He almost got it. He was about, 90% there, and then he got reset.
Quincy getting under a lot of focus right now.
Ooh, Captain Caesar got another hit there from Lord Damon's Ohio. Down to 12, almost 12K. His heal is active, though.
Caesar's now going to set up behind this island and try to get his AP in on Vert. I'm not sure how they're spotting Vert precisely. Oh, Hu Tao's radar is up. That's how. I see it now. Vert's going to be able to back off. Quincy's going to sneak away on about 8,000 HP. ELSR still hasn't touched a cap. That's not true, but they haven't managed to capture a point. 100 points down now and falling. There's as
Rin does go in.
Rins Marceau finally gets on to C.
And he's going to be fine. Now look at Vert's. I love that salvo right there. He just knows that's where the destroyer came in.
Oh yeah, he knew. Shaft's going to answer quickly though. They're going to be able to pick up B in short order. So right now holding at 120-ish point lead, but that's going to start growing for Shaft here in just a few moments.
Yeah, Quincy popped his radar right now, trying to find Pepega Sniper, failing to do so. He's going to have to back up farther in order to catch him, but look at these torpedoes.
I was going to say,
it's got to be very frosty.
The conga line torpedoes have been giving Quincy just absolute fits down here. Sniper's got RPF cooking and is just firing them off randomly, and all he has to do is get lucky with one, and that can be impactful. I was going to say, speaking of which, Quincy's going to be able to... He's got to con his ship out of the way, but the constant torpedo pressure makes Quincy maneuver, and sometimes that's all you really need.
Now, Professor Luger and the Gearing trying to get back into the A-cap, of course, that triggers the radar, but that catches Stevens Brizzy as well. Luger's going to be forced out of A. They really need this cap, but they just simply can't take it right now, Raptor.
No, they really do they need all the points they can get. Steven's going to have to turn.
Big hits coming from Steven. Ooh.
Yep, he turns it. He had to turn in towards the torpedoes. He's going to be sitting in the very top end of that smoke. Nope, he's going to have to duck out of it, actually.
Yeah.
He's got to be very careful here. He is turning out of it. Oh, okay, so he's not spotted at all. He's snuggled up close to the island and everything. They have no line of sight on him.
Right, Formazing's radar expired.
Yep.
And Steven's radar is now down as well. So now Luger can just back right up again into that corner.
I feel like if ELSR is going to get back in this game and make an impact, Zath, it's going to have to come on the back of Bocchi's Bergonia. He's got a great position over here on the A-line if he can spot the right thing to shoot at. Lucar's Ohio's taking that salvo, but if they can get Formazing off the board, they have a much better opportunity to grab A. Luger's going to make a play for it here, though.
Yeah, I don't think Formazing's going to let himself get spotted, though. I mean, he knows that's what the Bergonia wants, right?
Hu Tao's Salem's in trouble over here in the gap along the 6-7 line as well. His next heal's 50 seconds away. He's getting heavily focused by the Ragnar and the Harugumo up to his north.
And note that the Harugumo is firing for free right now. He is not detected, using that island to mask him. Love it. Brilliant gameplay there on the part of Shaft.
Yep, Hu Tao trying to joggle his rudder. Still
Meanwhile,
30 seconds from a heal. Oh, yeah, Vert
is working down Vert.
Yeah, Vert's also getting quite low here. His radar going up. There goes Hu Tao. 2-ship lead for the moment for Shaft. 6 minutes to play here in game 1.
Vert manages to hit Professor Luger from all the way on the other side. And I don't think the gearing was spotted either.
So the teams trade radar cruises near B. Luger does pick up A, but Lucar's Ohio now goes in to hold this cap.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
That's it.
Why not?
Brilliant decision there, yeah.
Zath, you know the Bergonia better than I do, but in my experience, Bergonia versus Ohio is not a comfortable fight for the Bergonia player.
It can be, but I think the bigger problem is Bergonia versus Ohio in his position right now, stuck on the border, is not good.
He's got his
He's not
reload
good.
booster ticking. He's getting some some cap resets, trying to get some fires on Lucar's Ohio.
Well, that's because he set a fire on Lucar, and Lucar DCP'd.
Right.
That's what you do with the Begonia. You set a fire, you DCP, you use your main battle reload booster, and set him on fire again.
Yep.
The problem is he's in a really bad position to take advantage of that and utilize the mobility that comes with the Begonia. I mean, look at him. He's just kind of stuck.
Ragnar and Marceau, that's Rin and Quincy now working B, trying to flip this cap over for ELSR. You get the sense that maybe they're starting to look for a little bit of desperation plays, but there are some shaft ships that are very low. It's still possible for ELSR to pick up a critical kill at the right moment and stay in this game, a game that they currently trail by about 150 points with 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Rin is the caller for ELSR, at least in the replay analysis that we did with them against KSC.
Okay.
And one of the things that was interesting about them was they never give up. They always look for ways back in. And that's exactly what you saw happening at BCAP. Both of them trying to find a way back in. These guys are fantastic when it comes to counter pushing. They are not out of this game yet.
Well, and also Damon's Ohio now under a tremendous amount of pressure. He's starting to finally get some pressure on his heels. Oh, big hit on Busters. His AP works little Busters over for about 10K right there.
Well, that just boosts his adrenaline rush. He's
exactly.
fine.
Well, I was going to say, now you're going to make me go check. Is he running it?
Yes.
Okay, well, there you go.
And I'll tell you, I mean, and this is serious because at this point, that extra DPM boost is exactly what ELSR needs.
Yeah. Damon under a tremendous threat here, down to 4K. His last heal is 5 seconds away. Is he going to live to see it? He's not.
Nope. Brilliant use of that smoke with the Salem.
Yep.
And now they've got a way back in.
Big kill for ELSR. They now have a small health advantage, down only 90 points, 3 minutes to play here in game one.
You know what's interesting, Raptor, is we're 7 minutes in. It's game one. We have no idea who's going to win at this point.
No idea. And I got to say, I love Caesar's position, Zath, because he doesn't probably know it yet, although the smoke gives him a clue. There is a feast of destroyers in front of him, just waiting for him to pop out and start annihilating them.
Well, you say that, but look at Lucar's Ohio. He's already rotating to deal with that potential threat.
Has he brought?
Is very smart.
I was gonna say his guns. Okay, yep, his guns are looking. So they're they're expecting the Salem, at least the pressure from it.
Yes.
Here's the trick, though, Zath. I feel like we're 2.5 minutes from the game over, right? So and it's a 120-point lead. If you're ELSR, you got to bag a kill. A cap change right now will not provide you enough time to score enough points to close the gap.
Well, and you can see that Shaft has kind of been corralled into this one part of the map, right?
Yep.
The question is, you're absolutely right. With only 2 minutes on the clock, it's pretty much go time, step on each cap.
Yep.
And Steven's just too far away from A. Luger is too low to get into A. But Brizzy's sitting right there saying, come and get it.
I was going to say, Caesar's radar is the critical point here. They've got to bag a kill. They actually really need to bag 2 kills because they don't hold a cap advantage. They can see Zill briefly. They got to get some damage on him without losing a ship. That's the other key for ELSR. They cannot lose a ship as Quincy's Ragnar takes a hit.
Low.
Yeah. Oh, very low.
And that's all unspotted firing, by the way.
Yeah.
They just know he's there.
Yep. Firing.
As Rin now. Oof.
Rin reversing. Rin reversing into this cap under focus fire. The torpedoes are coming. Is he going to...
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he can dodge them. I think it's too late now, Zath. He can't dodge them now. He's going to take one of midships and go out.
There it is.
Well done. Brilliant play there.
Little Harugumo slap fight north of the sea cap.
60 seconds. ELSR trying to pull out all the stops to see if they can find a way to win this game. A couple of kills could do it, but Shaft bags Little Buster's Harugumo as well. I don't think... Oh, man, I just don't see it coming together now, Zath.
I don't either. Now, Stevens Brizzy is trying to get into B and just make a play happen. They know that 420 is extremely low. You can see Caesar trying to back up and just get some lucky hits.
Yeah, they're just fishing for him.
420's like, nah.
Yep, just fishing for
I
him.
can move in my smoke, sir.
Yep. a very conservatively played game from both teams here, Zath, but Shaft's going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I liked ELSR's flex plays, though. I liked the way they were able. I liked maybe the reaction that they had. I guess probably the only mild criticism I would have, right, is they sold the farm to kill that Salem on the 10 line, right? Literally, they sold the farm, right? They gave up a battleship for it, and then weren't able to get back in onto the other caps in enough time to impact things.
Right. And I think that's really what ultimately sealed the deal. And also their inability to grab the B cap despite having the larger force. I think that was the other big problem was Quincy kept getting pushed off.
Yeah.
And because of that, well, now what?
Yeah. Brilliant defensive play at B from Shaft all game, Zath. Really a treat to watch. All right. Agreed. Well, let's throw it back to the analyst desk. We'll see you guys in a minute for game 2.